Very wonderful day for us to be here today to commemorate, first of all, the Day of the African Child, also specifically the South Sudan children. I'm very happy to be with you and also for hosting this event in the National Legislative Assembly of the Republic of South Sudan. As you heard earlier, this day, the African Child Day, is a day that was designated by the African Union in commemoration of the children that were killed in 1971. It was well stated by one of the honorable members of the Children's Parliament, the genesis of this day and the circumstances that led to the institution of this day and the commemoration. You are aware that children were killed in 1971, 76, sorry, in Soweto, South Africa, when children demanded their right to be taught in their language and to have quality education. But the vicious government by that time under the apartheid regime responded very viciously and killed over 100 children and more were injured. So in honor and commemoration of these children, may we all stand to honor them for 1 minute. Really, I will not talk much because my able colleague, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Children's Parliament, and her very eloquent chairperson of the specialized committees of the Children's Parliament, have really said it all. And congratulations, Right Honorable Speaker, and congratulations to all the members of the Parliament of the Children's Parliament of the Republic of South Sudan for the work you are doing. Well organized Parliament with all its specialized organs. So I'm very impressed by the performance of these children. Honestly, let us give a big applause to our children, to our partners, UNICEF, for supporting this Children's Parliament. In fact, we can retire very confidently that we have the future of the country. And we have future members of Parliament already. And I think this is a very good experience, really, for our children to learn how to address national issues very eloquently, well researched. Some of us, even the figures they are giving, some of us maybe we don't know. But they know everything. They know everything, they know what their rights are. And they know what is needed to be done. They know the challenge, they know the cause of the problem. So there is nothing left for me really to talk about. The only thing is commitment from us as the decision makers and the leaders. This day also gives us a chance to come together as leaders, as a nation, to reflect and to learn and to make commitment, to commit ourselves afresh, to recommit ourselves to the cause of the children's right in our country. The children are our future, they are our hope, and they are our strength. They are our strength. Because as we age, they are the ones who are going to be there to support and to carry the nation forward. This year's theme, planning and budgeting for children rights, is very important. And also looking at the progress we have made as a country in improving the lives, the education, the health, the nutrition situation of our children. So it calls us to look back at our journey as a new country and so that we can see what we have done in the last 15 years, according to the theme that I found in the invitation. So we have to look at the challenges that we have, the challenges for our children to access school, and to assess how well we have integrated children's rights into our planning and budgeting processes, and to identify the gaps we must bridge moving forward. And I think with the previous speakers, they have already highlighted what has been done and what is not done and what we need to do. I think looking back at 2005, since we signed the peace agreement, and again since independence, we all agree with me that we have tried our best to improve the enrollment number of children in school, to build more schools, and also train teachers. And our partners have come in, also looking at the issue of salaries of our teachers that were also highlighted earlier. You are also aware that our President, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, is not taking the issue of education lightly. That's why he, a few years ago, declared free education for our children, to enable our children who cannot access education to enroll in schools. But we still have the challenges of improving the qualities of those public schools and improving the salaries, because it's one thing giving free education, but again, the quality of that education needs to be looked at critically. And also quality of the teachers that are teaching our children. And I think that is where we need to focus in terms of improving those schools and increasing the number of schools. We have also dedicated ourselves through policies. We have policies in place, increase awareness on the issue, the need of children to go to school, especially the girl child, and the commitment of various stakeholders, the government, the civil society, our partners. They have also shown commitments in the last few years to improve the education system. So we have already taken concrete steps that are there. It's not that we don't have the laws. We have the Constitution. The Constitution clearly stipulates the rights of children, what we need to do. The Bill of Rights covers everybody, the right to education, right to food, right to shelter, right to everything. So we have the Supreme Law, which actually talks very clearly about the rights of children. The specific article, if you look at Article 17, it looks specifically at that. So we have, as I said, we have a lot of challenges. We still have the conflict that causes displacement. And when children are displaced to new places, again, it becomes a challenge for education, nutrition, and even protection. This gender-based violence is also affecting our children a lot. So you have seen policies coming up on the issue of discouraging early girl-child marriages. And a lot of organizations, even the government, is conducting awareness. Issue of child labor is also something that all of us are concerned about. And these early marriages, teenage pregnancies, and so on. You have also seen a program of school feeding programs that are being conducted in some schools. These are all efforts to keep our children in school, including some programs for cash transfer to some of the girl children, so that they can be able to meet the basic needs that they need to be in school. The program of sanitary pad provisions in school, because again, girls are affected by the natural things like periods. Some of them are not able to provide themselves with sanitary pads, but this is also we have seen, and we encourage the provision of such facilities for our girls. We have also seen even the schools have improved in terms of building separate toilets for girls and separate toilets for boys. So also to provide the privacy for girls. So we are happy that the establishment of a child-focused budget and the integration of children's right into national development plans have signaled our recognition of children as active agents in our development journey. That's why we are here today with some of the MPs to listen to the children directly. So when we were invited, we thought it is important that to show our commitment, we need to be there. I'm not here because I don't have any other business to do, but I specifically gave this time to give the importance of our children. That's why we are here with some chairpersons of specialized committees. So these efforts have begun to translate actually to tangible benefits for many children in our country. It's good. This issue has been raised. Now you are talking about all these issues before the next budget. The budget for 2025, 2026 is established. So the chairperson of finance is here, and the chairperson of specialized committee of child welfare, she's here. Education is here, both general and higher education. They are all here. The human rights chairperson is there. So, and the health also is there. So you have heard the children. Let this budget be reflected of what they have raised here. All the statistics you have provided will be very useful for us. And during the budget hearing, these are some of the things you need to take into consideration and see how the benchmark for the budget for these sectors. It is true, we have not, as a country, we have not reached those benchmarks of 10% for education, 15% for agriculture, and all this. All those things are there in all the different protocols that the Republic of South Sudan has also ratified, and we ratified it in this parliament. What is lacking is the actualization of this or domestication of it. Some laws have already been passed, like the Ministry of Education. It's very clear how much percentage of the national budget should be given to education, but we face challenges, of course, because the budget is based on the resource envelope of the country, how much the country can generate and internally, and how much also can come from the donors. Perhaps this could be one of the reasons why we are not able to reach those benchmarks. The public hearing, yes, will be held, and you heard it very well. The chairperson for specialized committee and others, please invite the children to be part of the public hearing so that you hear it from them directly. So as I say, despite these achievements, many children still face challenges. Many children are still out of school for various reasons, for the continued displacement, and also the poverty issue of poverty, malnutrition. Yes, it is true. Lack of access to quality education, violence. So these are all issues that are affecting our country, and we have to admit, yes, we have those challenges. But the most important thing is how do we commit ourselves into addressing those issues. I can also say that sometimes some of these things are not addressed because we have not sufficiently or adequately put them in our plans, sector plans, and then of course allocation of resources. So as decision makers and the stakeholders, it's our collective responsibility really to ensure that every pound or dollar spent truly advances our children's rights. We must prioritize transparency, inclusiveness, and child-sensitive budget processes. That's what we are going to take from here, that we have to always focus on child-sensitive budgeting process that reflect the needs and aspirations of our children, as they have expressed here to us this morning. So now, the children, of course, don't see them like this, that, oh, they are children, they don't know what is happening, they don't have a role to play. Already our being here means that they have a role to play, to tell us exactly how they feel about the things that happen around them. But I don't think that they don't know what we are doing. They know very well, you have heard from them. They know what we are supposed to do, what their role is. So they are just not, they are not patient recipients, but they are actually players. They already have a role to play. And their voices can be able to shape our policies on things that affect their lives. So we need to keep on engaging with them and listening to them. Their voices must be heard and valued. Today's dialogue is a testament to our commitment to listening to children, empowering them, and involving them in decision-making processes. This is already your involvement, our children, in decision-making process, because you are influencing our minds and how we should be making decisions. So again, the Constitution is very clear, Article 17 is very clear about the right of children, and that's what should guide us. As they said, for the future to be bright, we need to focus on the children's education and their nutrition and their protection. Especially the girl child is very vulnerable and continue to be vulnerable. So as women parliamentarians, we need to be advocates for these children, and also men. Not only, I'm a speaker, but I'm an activist as well. For a long time, I've been a gender activist, promoting girl child education, because I believe we have failed. The failure of many countries is because they have not involved their women effectively in supporting their men in development. But when we are there, being also a big component of society, ignoring us is ignoring development. So as you see now, South Sudan is moving well because our president is very serious about women representation. That's why you see some of us here calling ourselves right honorable speakers. So it is because of the commitment and the political will of our leaders. So when leaders speak up issues and advocate for them themselves, society listens. So we also, as leaders in our respective capacities, should carry these voices ahead because our people listen to their leaders. So today we are here to pledge that we have listened and we will try our best in our respective positions to strengthen mechanisms for integrating children's rights into all levels of planning and budgeting, and allocate sufficient resources to education, health, protection, and social services, and promote accountability and transparency in resource management, because that is also key. We may be given resources, but if it is not managed transparently and efficiently, then we will not be able to provide the services. And we continue to foster partnership among government institutions, civil societies, development partners, and children themselves, because they should be partners in what we are doing. As I conclude, yes, I agree with you fully that we have not reached the benchmark of 10% for education, 15% for health, and then 10% for agriculture. This is something we need to commit ourselves to improve on annual basis as we continue with we start our budget processing. The progress we have made, yes, we need to acknowledge that we have made some progress, and also acknowledge that we have not reached our goals, and we need to keep on our feet to ensure that we reach the goals. The journey is far from over. So every child deserves a future where their rights are respected, protected, and fulfilled. Let us work together, children, policymakers, development partner to turn our commitment into concrete actions. Yes, I took note of the fact that the speech of the president should include something about the children. So the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs is here. She is the one who is the bridge between the Parliament and the executive. So she will definitely take this message forward so that this is considered in the next national address of the president or when he addresses the Parliament. It is true, colleagues, that when we invest in our children, they have told us to invest in them, and that is a very important message. And that's what we need to do, because that is how society, the continuity of humanity is through children. So these are the future. We are here today. Tomorrow, there will be the one that will be there to run this country. So we commit ourselves to investing in our children as a government and even as individuals, as communities. What is the challenges the girl child is facing really is a cultural and customary thing. And that's why it cannot be erased in a short time. It's a process. We will continue to advocate and create awareness at all levels so that the need to protect the child, the girl child, is seen by everyone. Let the girl go to school. She will always get married. When she finishes school, she will go for marriage. Everybody wants to get married and found a family. But what is important now is to give the opportunity to the girl to pursue her studies and also realize her potential, her full potential. And she will be even more useful to the family, to the society, and to the country. So let us build a brighter future, more equitable South Sudan for tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. And again, my colleague, the Right Honorable Speaker, thank you. And you are always welcome to interact with your senior colleague in Parliament on pertinent issues. My office is open for you, Right Honorable. And also those who are heading specialized committee, the offices of your counterparts here in the National Assembly are also open for you for consultation and to raise issues that affect children. We need a concerted voice to address all the challenges you have mentioned. Thank you very much.